Hello YouTubers, welcome to my channel. In this video, we're going to discuss the $1 billion question. Does your business need a website? And if you stay until the end, I'm going to teach you an easy way that you can find a web design company that can take your business to the next level. So stay tuned. All right, guys, so let's get right to it. Yes, your business needs a website. No ands, if, or buts about it. Your business needs a website. So if you have no time to spare, go leave. Don't watch the rest of this video. Go get your website. Now, if you want to find out why your business needs a website, let's go on a little journey. This journey, we can call it Average Joe. So let's say tomorrow you have a meeting at 8:30. And you wake up, you're running late, you run down the highway 100 miles per hour, and you get there, you have this meeting. Now, because you were running late, obviously you didn't have breakfast. So you go into this meeting, you're kind of a little worked up, but you get through it. The meeting goes a little long, and here we are, it's 1 p.m., you haven't had breakfast, you haven't eaten anything, so you're hungry. What is the first thing that you're gonna do as soon as you get out of that meeting? Now, remember, you got on the highway, so obviously you're not close to your house. So, and you're probably not near your favorite restaurant. So, what is it that you're gonna do? You're most likely going to grab your phone. Let's say you live here in Fort Lauderdale, so you're gonna grab your phone and you're going to type in, let's think. So you're probably gonna type in restaurants near me, fast food near me, Fort Lauderdale restaurants, best restaurants in Fort Lauderdale, Italian restaurants in Fort Lauderdale, or whatnot. You're basically going to type in something that gets your hunger needs met. And you're going to see some results, and you're going to base your next decision on those results at the top. So some people would just look at the reviews and they will decide to go to a specific restaurant, a specific business, or whatnot based on the reviews. Now, in your case, remember, you haven't eaten, you haven't done anything. So most likely you're just gonna look at the closest restaurant that's near you that has decent reviews, and you're gonna go to it. You're gonna eat at that restaurant, you're gonna satisfy your hunger, and you're gonna go on about your day. And this can be applied to pretty much anything. I mean, if your car breaks down as you were rolling down the highway at 100 miles per hour, what are you gonna do? Unless you're a AAA member, you're gonna pull out your phone. Hopefully you're stopped, you're safe. You're gonna pull out your phone and you're gonna look up tow truck company, or you're going to look for a mechanic or whatnot. And guess what? Once again, you're making your decision based on the results that you're seeing on your phone. Now, think about that for a second. Would you have had an interaction with those businesses had you not, had you had interactions with those businesses had they not had an online presence? Probably not. I mean, the chances are very slim. So that's the reason why every business, your mother's business, your sister's business, your grandfather's business, everybody's business today needs a website. Why? Because your website is the only place where you can control the interaction that someone has with your business. Yes, you may be thinking, well, I could just do an online profile like social media. And sure, you could definitely have a social media profile, and I actually encourage companies to have an online presence outside of just having a website. However, when somebody's interacting with your company on social media, guess what? They're going like this. Zoop, 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 zoop. They'll see something that interests them. They'll stop for a second. And once again, they're zoop, zoop, just swiping, looking for the next thing that interests them. And so you cannot control the interaction that that person is going to have with your business when they're being bombarded by all kinds of information, most of which probably have nothing to do with your business, unless they're searching specifically for that And even then, they'll get advertising from businesses that have nothing to do with that. So your website is the only place where you can actually control everything about the interaction that you're gonna have with a potential client. So Miguel, that's fine and dandy. Now what? What do I do? I know I need a website, but where do I find a good web design company? Now, I'm gonna give you 2 seconds because I know you're very smart. I'm gonna give you 2 seconds to think about that. And starting now, 1, 2. All right, so if you're smart and you're like most people, you're probably going to pull out your phone and you're gonna Google it. And I can guarantee you, now let's say you're living here in Fort Lauderdale. If you type in Fort Lauderdale web design company, you're going to find at least 10 great web design companies. The companies that come out at the top, they have good reputations. They're gonna do a good job for you. Pretty much any company that's top 3, top 5 is exceptional. Now, the one thing that I would tell you is before doing that search, the first thing you should do is set a budget. Now, depending on your business and what kind of website you want, obviously you're gonna have different price ranges, but you gotta come up with a budget. Whether that's $1,000, $10,000, $50,000, you have to start with your budget, because based on that, you can go to a company and ask for their pricing, ask about their services, and make an informed decision. Do not let companies decide how much you're going to spend on your web design project. You're the only one that knows your business. You know how much money you have for a website. You know how much money you need to pay your employees. You know how much money you need for your rent. And you should also know how much money you have to spare for creating a website. And once you have that budget, the next thing you need to do is have your goals. What is the goal of your website? Are you trying to sell a service? Are you trying to sell products? Are you just trying to give people information and a way for them to contact you so that you can sell your service, your product, or whatever it is that you're trying to get them to do? Now, once you have that, your budget and your goals, your needs basically, then you can start contacting companies. And choose a company that can meet your criteria, your budget and your needs. If the company doesn't meet you, then forget about it. And I'll tell you one thing that I did when I started focusing my marketing efforts here in the local area. I came from the gig economy, so I was only working on Fiverr and Upwork. So all of my clients were from all over the place. So I had no idea what the market was here in South Florida. I had done some businesses with local companies, but I didn't know how to price my services here in South Florida. So one thing that I did is I grabbed a website, a 10-page website that I had created when I was starting out, and I thought it was the bomb. Right now, I feel ashamed that I even created. Well, I'm not ashamed that I created the website because I learned a lot from it. But it's kind of like when you start riding a bike and you see a video of yourself riding a bike, you're like, who is that? That's basically how I felt. But you have to go through that to get to actually becoming an expert bike rider. So what I did was I contacted 15 companies. They were all in Fort Lauderdale and in Miami. I believe there was one in West Palm Beach. And what I found was that the pricing was crazy. I showed every company the same website, the 10-page website, and I actually charged $500 for this page back in those days. And believe it or not, the most expensive company came at almost $35,000. The cheapest was $2,800. Me, I was amazed. I was thinking, oh my God, I could charge $20,000 for this website. All I need is one client a month and I'm good to go. But the reason why I'm telling you this is because the $35,000 website, they do amazing work. They are one of the best web design companies that I've seen. They're well recognized around the world. They go to award shows. They've done it all. At the same time, the $2,800 company, I'm actually friends with the owner of that company. I'm not gonna mention any names or anything. And I know for a fact that they also do amazing work. So there's not a one size fits all. Depending on your budget, you need to find a company that meets your needs. Now, if you're too lazy, don't have enough time, or are just struggling to make up your mind on what company you need to build your website, yes, contact me directly and I'll make sure that we come up with a solution for you. That being said, we've come to the very end of this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and as I always say, unique is out. Boom.